Every sip is torture. Every single sip is torture. Right, I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. I wonder if you're with Nick right now. Oh, hi. I'm Maya. Nice to meet you. Drat, it's locked. But this door's lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the heroes always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card around here that I could use. You mean this one? Huh? Someone dropped a card here. It kind of looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. The same card. Did you say let's kill Maya? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. We're going to leave Maya alone. What a strange card. Ah, that's it. This shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. Okay, now I'm going to get the heck out of here. I should keep Nick waiting or worried. To be continued. You just want to kill someone. Sir, I believe you need help. Sir, I believe you need to see someone about those impulsive thoughts. Alright, okay, well. I'm obviously going to do the trial, and then, depending on how long it takes, I'll end the stream. However, I am famished, and I don't believe I have any food. So I'm just going to pop over to the shop across the road and get some snacks. Should be about 10 minutes. So in the meantime, I'll be back. Take care. Adrian did it. That's what it looks like. Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything. That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will try to implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer, dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Well, it's almost time. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Sonny. Day of the trial. So there's a president involved. She's not even present. Why are you getting mad at me? Hey, yo, Solidus, that's your girl. Hello? She was shot. What? Shot? Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about. This present. Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. She were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. This is totally insane. She alright? She's alive and in stable condition. That's good. I thought he'd show up. Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Fran can't appear in court today. I, Edgeworth, will be taking her place. Gang, let's go. Just like the old days. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have looked this case over and I'm familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt Lingard. Right, I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Oh no. Okay, lay it out. So the murder happened after the Hero of Hero Awards ceremony, sir. The victim 1 corridor was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. Okay, weird. We haven't gotten an autopsy report at all, have we? No. Okay. Oh. I did not notice the bandana. Yeah, why did you think that? It was empty. Doesn't go anywhere without the private guitar, and we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? We thought of that too, but The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims, huh? Oh. All right. Wright and Guard on one corridor were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, that's a Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off the ninja costume and was found in Mr. Ungar's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir. It was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And this button is also covered in blood? Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What? All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, Wright? I'll find the hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. Okay. Okay. Hey, mysterious emblem. I'm gonna call you Emblem. Everything's good. Sometimes Phoenix Wright episodes take forever. But we're really starting to get into the swing of things here right now. How has your week been? Wait just 1 second here. Mr. Ungar was beating Mr. Corridor in the popularity polls. Yeah, I guess, but which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all, which means he had no motive to kill at all. Yes, I quite agree. Well, detective, it's not, well, I guess if you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive. The detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired. Huh? No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I look forward to your pension negotiations. If you value your money, I suggest you proceed. Do you have any proof that button belonged to the victim? Huh? What do you mean, pal? Oh, let me put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off the Jammin' Ninja's costume. But can't you tell just by looking at it? And the victim's blood is on it. Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterward. Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir. Alright, I knew it had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this one in. Thread. Huh? The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. and that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the thread on the button, it's a perfect match. Yeah, that's it. It's a perfect match, pal. Ugh, that's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. What's this? Okay. When was this button found? How are the fingerprints arranged on the knife? What do you mean? By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand? Can't believe the bumbling of this department. Hopeless, were you paying attention to the testimony, right? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There was no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder. So, is the defendant the owner of this knife then? The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder, which is even worse, but... Let's take a sip of this disgusting drink again. I hate it. Oh, it's disgusting. Even if he bought the knife, there's no way this is premeditated murder. This is some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. Well, this is not good. If the prosecution can prove this was a premeditated murder, we're done for. Phoenix, yes? There's something very interesting about what the detective said just now. Think carefully before it's too late. A button covered in the victim's blood and a knife with unguarded fingerprints. Be grateful. Hold on a second. Okay, so... No, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Wait a second. What? So the basis of your argument that this was premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand? That's right, pal. The defendant did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about. Huh? There's a Gatewater seal set on the handle. Gatewater, I think I've heard that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel. Uh-oh. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. That is very true. This is a very big oversight. Oh, Edgeworth. I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. What? I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. How so? I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this. The question is, where did this knife come from? Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Corridor's room. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered, but that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. It seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps. This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it. A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of Your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence. Phoenix, the judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here, that gavel of his will be ringing out to the sound of our defeat. Do I have any important or pertinent evidence to the court? There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention, something this court has yet to see. I'll say this one more time, I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I'm giving you one chance and only one. What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here. Oh, they're being for real. It is do or die. Yeah, fucked it. No! Yeah, oh well. I actually want... there we go. I don't know what the correct answer is, to be fair. Take that! So I thought it was the wine glass, but I didn't think it would. Like, I thought it was, but I didn't believe in myself. Okay, it was the wine glass. That's why I chose the crime photo as well, because the wine glass was in that, but I should have just chosen the wine glass. See, because he didn't reference the photo. Yeah. They might just fall for it. All right. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves Miss Andrews put it on the table. You turn the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim? Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it. What? Ooh. You're not thinking hard enough today, right? Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice? Of course it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints. There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendants, rather they were one of Adrian Andrews. What? Okay. That is why I said the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright? I can't believe I fell into another trap. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrida. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you said makes a lot of sense. Now do you see, Mr. Wright? Right. You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard about this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor, and from here on out I will show you the answer I have come to discover. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth, I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from. Another witness? Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? Oh, piss off. State your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Oh. Rattled once again. It was the Wicked Witch of the witness stand. He hates it so much. Alright, okay, anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room last night, very well. Please give us the testimony. Alright, anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something interesting. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of Paul Juan's room. Was in guard, Matt and guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. So Joy-Cons are amazing because I can just like put my hands in my pockets because it's quite cold. So I've got my hands in my pockets and I'm just kind of chilling. Miss Oldbag, what was your post on that night? The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show, but I refused to help, I'll have you know. It was for that lead-headed samurai show. I even took out a few of the nails. Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on. Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me, so I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little. Oh, that would explain why we never know her age. She stopped counting. She doesn't know how old she is. That's kind of weird. Not in any case. The witness then saw someone, correct? Who in the world was that? I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the master, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room, he was... Oh, I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud. No, well, I wouldn't give to have Fran's whip right around now. Well, I guess I can tell you, since he was such a bad boy anyway. You saw my client. Are you sure about that? Really? Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person. Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Yeah, true. Please tell the court about the man's face in more detail. You don't need me to tell you about his face, that soft, gentle look in his eyes and his effeminate lips, his right eye covered by his silky hair, his sparkling, shiny teeth. His teeth are shining? Well, he's shining all around in this week's pinup poster, Derry. I don't care how he looks in this week's issue. Please stay with what you saw that night. What? And God's face is the same no matter where it is, you know, you whippersnapper. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony? No. Alright, we should go back to that. Oh, wait, what? That goatee thing he's always wearing, the racing jacket. Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center too. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men. Right. So, Mr. Wright. I feel like it is. Yeah, there we go. Do you know what this is? It's button number 2 on Jamming Journey here. It's costume. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She's identified it in a single glance. Give it here, give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this. Wow, she really is a die-hard fan to want to cover up, to want a button covered in blood. Why is she like this? Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in that translate was not Mr. Engard, the man, but Mr. Engard, the Nickel Samurai. When you think about it, they're really one and the same anyway. Mr. Olmad, this is a very important point we're talking about. Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. Okay. Engard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai. That's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been inconvenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing Paul Juan. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Youngins today. I told you there's no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? That because I said so, and that what I say is the truth. Okay. Hello. Welcome to the stream, Dre Sang. How has your week been? Please take a look at this. Yeah, so it's a big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, it's not my intention at all. I guess so, yeah. Leeds is the city I live in in the UK. So there were a bunch of articles for the Leeds have been describing basically an incident where this one guy has been sexually harassing. I think there were 3 incidents in the space of 3 days. Sexually harassing some girls in the student areas, and my friend told me that she was a bit worried when I went over to her place the other day because let's see. So in the article it says that The person in question was described as black, aged 15 to 18, slim, with Afro-style hair, and then also he was wearing thick black-rimmed glasses, a grey hooded top, and black tracksuit bottoms, which I actually in fact wearing. And so the only thing that I'm not wearing in this description, well, the only thing that I don't match in this description really is the fact it says age 15 to 18. I'm 28, but I'm ageless. I'm ageless. So like, literally get rid of this beard, and I'm like 18 or less. Like I don't look 28 at all. And then he was wearing black thick rimmed glasses, right? Now I don't wear glasses, right? But now obviously these are usually on my head anyway. So these are usually on my head anyway. But like, here's the thing. Obviously it's not me, duh. But I'm not even going to give the police a chance to incorrectly profile me because of these goggles. So I'm endeavoring to retire the goggles like when I'm outside, just so the police don't bother me. I think it's actually crazy how like very close to that description I am. It's quite concerning. I hope they catch the guy because I want to be able to wear my goggles in public again. It's actually stupid. I hate it so much, but it is what it is. Danny with the tatter. Danny, how did you find my channel? If I may ask. He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. Oh, come on. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he'd do something like that. However, there was one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as a nickel samurai. At that time, the defendant... Oh! What's up, Dan? What's up, Danny? That took me a solid minute. That took me a solid minute. Oh, thank you for the moral support, Danny. Oh, wow. I don't know why I didn't get that. I don't know why. That's me. I failed to realize. Whoopsie-doo. At the time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I have heard that before. Turned it on as you were talking about the profiling. Well, it's just as well because I saved the clip just now because I would then show you later on. But either or, yeah. What do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? I'm gonna save the game because I don't have a fucking clue. Sure, there's a contradiction. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. What? What are you babbling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Ungard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. Because, Ooh, boy. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know. I thought. Wait, what? Oh, wait, I did get it. I got it right and I skipped some text because I thought I got it wrong. Okay, so he bought the knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corrida, I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant had no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edward, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Hold on, court. Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? To hide the murder method or to frame Matt Ungard? I'm just gonna go with to frame my client. It's to frame my client, Mr. Ungard, of course. To frame... Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? But we just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Ooh, he hates that. He hates it for real. Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult. Hi, Edgy Poo. Witness, did you or did you not really see the nickel samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mixed up Mr. Ungard with the nickel samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the nickel samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting around for the nickel samurai. Alright then, who are you waiting around for then? That's top secret to anyone outside of security. I have a feeling you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corrida. Am I correct? The way you think, you're a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? So Old Bag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. Give it a quick save. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corrida. Maybe. Phoenix! Maybe the Old Bag was waiting around for that person. If it's who I think Mia's hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Old Bag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? Adrian Andrews. Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Ungard's manager. But why would the manager be in the victim's room? Why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is... I see. The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing. Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's Adrian Andrews? Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I could throw away this sworn to confidentiality stuff then. Witness, what in the world are you? Watch out, Phoenix. I got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information, some very secret information from a certain source. That's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? Well, I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information. Get ready, this is going to take the wind out of you, young'uns. Okay, sure. That Ungard is one evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks. So I took action. Oh, and this is top secret, you got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay? Love that. I love that. The music in this series is really good. The defendant sent his manager. What a distasteful topic for this court. Thank you. So I'm not getting, my alerts do not work. Thank you for following Tom Lakes 183. I'm gonna call you Tom. Welcome to the stream. How have you had words? How has your week been? And isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant? Hold on a second. That needs to be updated. Yeah. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim. So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all. Oh no. Okay, I'll have a look at that later. You may cross-examine the witness. Be careful. What? Okay, be careful. The old bag seems rather excited now. That's right, and God is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth. Well, as the old saying goes, you got to burn old bags with fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. What is this line of dialogue?